Hi everyone, Hannah here. Welcome back to my channel for another video, and today's video is the parent tag, and as always I haven't been tagged to do it. However, with my twins' first birthday fast approaching, I thought it would be a lovely little short quick tag so that I could talk about them and in regards to some of these questions, talk about their future and things like that. And it just seems like a really nice, sweet little tag that would be nice to look back on when they are bigger. So, yes. And if I keep looking down, it's because the questions are right down here. So, yes. With that in mind, let's jump in. Question 1, how many children do you have? I have 4 girls. Second question is, what are their ages? Adriana is 7.5. Elena will be 3 very soon, and as I said at the beginning, Aria and Alyssa will be 1 very, very shortly. Question 3 is, did you have them at the right time? I was 20 when I had Adriana, and I think that was the perfect time to have her. And then Elena was born in 2015, and I was 24 at the time when I had her. And it was just, I think I've had my children at exactly the right ages that I needed to. I knew I always wanted to have my children young. I always wanted a lot of children, and I wanted to have them young, and I wanted to be done having children by the time I was 30. Not only because after that point it can become a lot more difficult for women to conceive, but also just for the fact that then if I had my last child when I was 30, when they were 10 and still being active and running around and all of this, I would be 40, and I might not have a great energy resource, but I would still have a decent amount of energy to be able to engage with them, to interact with them, to stay up all day playing games with them, and then all of us just crash in the evening. So yes, I am really glad for when I had my kids, and I do think I had them at the right time for me. Question 4 is, do you live with your kid's dad? I'm guessing that most people that watch my channel haven't actually realised, or don't actually know. However, my husband Glenn is not Adriana's father. So in regards to that question, I do not live with Adie's dad, but he is Elena, Aria and Alyssa's father, so I obviously do live with their dad. Question 5, what's your favourite thing about your kids? My favourite thing about Adriana is her creativity. She will literally look at anything and she can make up a story about it, and she loves to be artistic and she loves to be flamboyant and all of this, and it is beautiful to watch her create things. Elena, well, I know one thing about Elena that I worry about a little bit, and that is her nitpickiness. She can very much be like, no, I want that cup, no, that cup, and she will scream blue murder if she doesn't get it. In regards to favourite thing about Elena, I guess I'm going to go with her energy level. That might just be a part of the fact that she is still a very small child. Sometimes just looking at her and all of her energy gives me energy as well, and then I feel more motivated and more productive to be able to do some of the things I need. For Aria and Alyssa, I'm going to say that my favourite thing about them is just the fact that they exist. As strange as that is going to be, I never saw myself as being a mother to twins. So to then find out that I had twins, that is my favourite thing about them at the minute, because they are still small and they are only slowly now coming into their personalities. So if I do this tag in a few years, I'm sure I'll have a different answer then. Question 6, if money was no object, what would you buy your kids? For me, this is an easy one, and it's not, I wouldn't buy them anything material. I wouldn't go out and buy them some outside toys or things like that. If money was no object, while my kids were the ages they are now and a bit bigger, I would literally spend money on going to Disneyland, Florida, Orlando, Universal Studios, that whole thing, for a big 2-3 week holiday, so that we could literally just make so many happy memories. and that we could spend that time together. We could be laughing, we could be enjoying, and just, yeah. My kids do love Disney, and they do love some of their princesses, and I can just imagine their faces lighting up when they get to meet the characters that they love so much in person. So yeah, that would be one thing that I would do in regards to if money was no object that I buy for my kids. Another thing that I would do for them if money was no object would be, and this is going to probably sound like a very strange one, but I would buy my kids a small house. Just maybe like, I mean, because if money was no object, I would buy a few 2-bedroom flats that I would make presentable and then maybe rent out or something until they were old enough to use them. I would want them to then have the security of knowing that they've got somewhere to go, that they've always then got a roof over their heads, and that way they can then use their money in regards to paying the bills, making sure that they've got food on the table and all things like this, because that is one thing that my mum taught me. My mum was adamant in regards to some of the other things that she did, and I know she missed out on quite a lot because she struggled to make sure that our mortgage was paid, so that we had a roof over our heads, and that she was fighting so hard to make sure she kept up with that mortgage so that she could pay it off, and that when she passed away I would have a house that I owned outright and I wouldn't have to worry about where I was ever going to sleep again. So if money was no object, that is definitely something that I would want to do for my girls as well. And the last question is, what would you want your kids' profession to be? Honestly, I don't mind what my kids want to do with their life. If they want to be stay-at-home mums like me, that is perfectly fine, as long as they have talked about it with their partner, they are in a steady relationship and things like this. If they want to be doctors or scientists or anything else like this, then good on them, because I couldn't. And if they want to be artists or inventors or anything else like this, then I don't mind what they want to be. The way Adie is right now, I could see her being like an art teacher, because she keeps saying that she wants to teach, or maybe at high school if she manages, because she's got quite a big backbone and she will stand up for herself sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So I think she could handle high school. As I said, she loves to create. Watching her teach others, I think, would be a brilliant thing for her. And Elena, I don't know. I really don't. And in all truth, I don't mind. As long as they are happy, they are healthy, and it's not illegal. They can be whatever they want to be. They were the 7 questions for the parent tag. I actually had a lot of fun doing that tag, so yes, and I hope that you've got to know my kids a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. I am daily vlogging at the moment, as well as bonus videos like this one, and we would love it if you stuck around to then meet my kids and actually see the craziness that can be them. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up for me, and I am going to tag Sam over at Sammiss, yeah, I hope I said your channel right, sweetie. Brain had a moment there. I'm going to tag Kelly Metcalf from Kelly Metcalf's channel, and then I'm going to tag Jem over at The Perks of Being a Mother. I will leave links to all of their channels down below so that you can go check them out before they get this tag done. They are all amazing women, and I adore all of them. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye everyone!